Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another captivating episode of Timeless Talks. Who is his Siri? I'm your host and moderator, David Lee, here to bring you an intimate and revealing conversation with one of history's most influential figures. Today, we have the honor of sitting down with the legendary Simón Bolívar. El Libertador, welcome to Timeless Talks. Your contributions to the world have left an indelible mark on history. Could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to be here today on Timeless Talks, a platform that seeks to bridge the gap between the past and the present. I am Simón Bolívar, a name that carries the weight of a relentless struggle for freedom and the fervent desire to liberate the nations of South America. Born on July 24, 1783, in Caracas, Venezuela, my journey began in a land steeped in the shadows of colonial rule. As a young boy, I witnessed first the injustices inflicted upon my people, the suffering endured under the oppressive yoke of Spanish dominion. This ignited a fire within me, a burning determination to free my beloved homeland from the shackles of tyranny. As I embarked on my path to revolution, my travels took me far and wide. From the rugged mountains of the Andes to the vast plains of the Llanos, I sought to rally the masses, to unite them under the banner of liberty. My passion for freedom led me to take up arms and confront the Spanish forces, for I believed that no nation should be subjugated to the whims of a foreign power. Throughout my journey, I witnessed both triumph and heartache. I experienced the exhilaration of victory, liberating numerous nations and establishing the dream of a united South America. But I also faced setbacks and moments of despair, grappling with the complexities of nation building and the challenges of forging lasting unity. My life's purpose was fueled by an unwavering commitment to the ideals of justice, equality, and self-determination. I have been guided by the belief that every individual has the right to chart their own destiny, free from the chains of oppression. My vision extended beyond mere political independence. It encompassed the creation of societies where all could thrive, regardless of their race or social standing. In my quest for liberty, I uttered words that have echoed through the annals of history. I proclaimed, "I have plowed the sea," a poignant reflection of the setbacks and sacrifices endured in the pursuit of freedom. And when faced with adversity, I declared, "He who serves the revolution plows the sea," a reminder that our struggle is a continuous battle against the forces that seek to stifle progress. Now, as I stand before you today, I carry the legacy of a man who dared to dream of a better future, who dared to challenge the status quo, and who dared to fight for the rights of his fellow men and women. It is my hope that our conversation today will shed light on the triumphs and tribulations that shaped my journey and inspire future generations to rise up and claim their own destinies. Thank you, David Lee, for the opportunity to share my story with your audience. Together, let us embark on a journey through history and delve into the depths of my remarkable life, as we explore the profound lessons that can be gleaned from the struggles and triumphs of the past.
You were a military and political leader during the Latin American Wars of Independence, and your efforts led to the liberation of several South American countries. Could you take us back to that time, and share what motivated you to take up arms and fight for independence?
The echoes of that tumultuous time still resonate within me, and I am honored to bring you back to that pivotal era in history. In the depths of my soul, I felt the pulse of a continent yearning to break free from the chains of oppression. Born from a desire to see my fellow countrymen and women liberated from the clutches of colonial rule, my motivation was rooted in the fundamental principles of justice, freedom, and self-determination. Witnessing the suffering endured by my people under the oppressive yoke of Spanish dominion stirred an unyielding fire within me. The cries of injustice, the yearning for autonomy, and the dream of a united South America became the driving force that compelled me to take up arms and lead the charge for liberation. I saw the weight of history resting upon my shoulders, and it fueled my passion to fight for the rights and aspirations of the oppressed masses. The vision of a continent united, free from the shackles of colonialism, ignited a fervor within me that knew no bounds. Throughout the Latin American Wars of Independence, I dedicated myself to the arduous task of organizing armies, strategizing military campaigns, and rallying the people to our cause. The courage and resilience of those who fought by my side were a constant source of inspiration, further fueling my resolve to achieve victory and secure the freedoms we so desperately sought. My contributions were not limited to the battlefield alone. I firmly believed in the power of political leadership and the establishment of democratic institutions that would safeguard the rights and liberties of the people. It was my duty to ensure that the ideals of justice, equality, and self-governance were enshrined in the very fabric of our newly liberated nations. The struggle for independence was not without its sacrifices and setbacks. I faced formidable challenges, confronted powerful adversaries, and witnessed the heart-wrenching toll of war on countless lives. Yet, through it all, my passion burned brighter than ever, driving me to overcome adversity and press forward in the pursuit of a united South America. My ultimate goal was not simply the liberation of individual nations but the creation of a united continent bound together by common values and aspirations. Though the dream of complete unity was not fully realized, the flame of independence was ignited, forever changing the course of history. Today, as we reflect upon those challenging times, let us remember the indomitable spirit that surged through the hearts of the people. It is my hope that by revisiting the struggles and triumphs of the past, we may draw inspiration and find the strength to champion the ideals of freedom and justice in our own time. Thank you, David, for allowing me to share the motivations that drove me to take up arms and fight for independence.
Throughout your lifetime, you've been hailed as the libertador and a champion of freedom. However, some have criticized your actions, claiming that you were a power-hungry autocrat who sought personal glory. How do you respond to these allegations? And what do you believe is the true legacy of your leadership?
First and foremost, let me state unequivocally that my sole objective was not personal glory or the pursuit of power. The driving force behind my actions was the unwavering belief in the inherent rights of individuals and the collective destiny of our people. My purpose was to free South America from the chains of oppression and establish independent nations where liberty and justice could flourish. It is true that the journey to liberation necessitated strong leadership and assertive actions. In times of war, decisive measures were often required to secure victory and protect the lives of those fighting alongside me. But it is crucial to understand that my authority was never exercised for personal gain or the establishment of an autocratic regime. I firmly believed in the principles of republicanism and the establishment of democratic institutions that would safeguard the rights and liberties of the people. My vision extended beyond mere political independence. It encompassed the creation of societies where all could thrive, regardless of their race or social standing. The criticism leveled against me stems from a misunderstanding of the challenges faced during those tumultuous times. The path to freedom is fraught with complexities, and the realities of nation-building require pragmatic decision-making. Yet, in every instance, I remained guided by the principles of justice, fairness, and the greater good of the people. The true legacy of my leadership lies in the seeds of freedom I sowed across South America. The nations I helped liberate may not have achieved immediate unity, but they were granted the opportunity to shape their own destinies, to chart their own course. The spirit of independence that was awakened during my time continues to inspire generations, serving as a reminder of the power of collective action and the indomitable spirit of a people yearning for freedom. I acknowledge that I am not exempt from criticism, for no leader is without fault. However, I am confident that history will judge my actions in the context of the transformative era in which I lived. It is my hope that the truth will prevail, and my unwavering commitment to the cause of liberty will be recognized as the driving force behind my endeavors. In conclusion, I reaffirm that my pursuit of freedom was rooted in a genuine desire to uplift my fellow countrymen and women, to liberate South America from the grip of colonial oppression. The true legacy of my leadership lies in the legacy of independence, the pursuit of justice, and the everlasting quest for a united and prosperous South America.
Your famous quote, "I desire more than anything to see you happy and free," reflects your commitment to the well-being of the people. But some argue that your vision of a unified Latin America did not fully materialize, with conflicts and divisions persisting to this day. Looking back, what could have been done differently? And what lessons can we learn from your struggles in achieving lasting unity?
David, your question touches upon a topic that lies close to my heart, the vision of a unified Latin America. While it is true that the full realization of this dream eluded us, it is important to examine the challenges we faced and the lessons we can draw from our struggles. I must acknowledge that achieving lasting unity in a vast and diverse continent like South America was no easy task. The forces of division, both external and internal, posed formidable obstacles to our aspirations. Geographical barriers, differing cultural identities, and conflicting regional interests presented challenges that required careful navigation. In retrospect, one could argue that more emphasis should have been placed on fostering a sense of common identity and shared purpose among the newly independent nations. Unity cannot be solely achieved through military victories and political declarations. It requires the cultivation of a collective consciousness, a deep understanding that we are all part of a greater whole. Another factor that hindered our efforts was the persistence of old colonial divisions, which continued to influence regional dynamics even after achieving independence. Overcoming these deep-rooted divisions required more comprehensive strategies aimed at reconciliation and forging common interests that transcended historical grievances. Additionally, the premature dissolution of Gran Colombia, the confederation that aimed to unite Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, and Panama, was undoubtedly a setback to our unity efforts. Internal power struggles, external interventions, and the lack of a sustainable institutional framework contributed to its dissolution. In hindsight, stronger and more inclusive governance structures could have fostered a stronger sense of unity and cooperation. Nevertheless, it is important to recognize that the struggle for unity is an ongoing process. The challenges we faced are not unique to our time but continue to confront nations and regions around the world. The lessons we can learn from our struggles are relevant and applicable today.
You've been regarded as a visionary and a man of profound ideas. One of your notable writings is the Jamaica Letter, where you discuss the challenges and aspirations of Latin America. Could you elaborate on your vision for the region, and how you believe it can overcome its obstacles to achieve prosperity and stability?
David, thank you for recognizing the significance of the Jamaica Letter and my vision for Latin America. Indeed, it was during my exile in Jamaica that I penned this influential document outlining my ideas for the future of our beloved continent. My vision for Latin America was rooted in the firm belief that our nations had the potential to rise above the shackles of colonial oppression and emerge as prosperous and stable entities. I envisioned a united South America, where nations would come together as brothers and sisters, transcending borders and working towards a common goal. Central to my vision was the establishment of republican governments that upheld the principles of freedom, justice, and equality. I firmly believed that the power of the people, exercised through democratic institutions, would be the driving force behind our progress. It was my dream to see a participatory democracy where the voices of the citizens were heard and their rights were protected. However, I was also acutely aware of the obstacles that lay before us. Our history of colonial rule had left deep scars, and the path to prosperity and stability was riddled with challenges. I recognized the importance of education and the cultivation of knowledge as fundamental pillars for progress. It was through education that we could empower our people, foster a sense of civic responsibility, and build a society based on merit and enlightenment. Furthermore, I believed in the importance of unity among the nations of Latin America. It was my conviction that by coming together, we could leverage our collective strength and overcome the divisions that had plagued us for centuries. I advocated for regional cooperation, trade alliances, and the eradication of protectionist barriers that hindered our economic growth. But achieving prosperity and stability required more than just lofty ideals. It demanded hard work, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to the principles we held dear. It necessitated the establishment of strong institutions, the rule of law, and the eradication of corruption. I was acutely aware that our journey towards prosperity would be marked by challenges and setbacks, but I remained resolute in my belief that a brighter future awaited us. Today, as we reflect on my vision for Latin America, it is important to recognize that the path towards prosperity and stability is an ongoing one. It requires the active participation and engagement of all citizens, the nurturing of democratic values, and a steadfast commitment to justice and equality. Let us draw inspiration from the dreams I once had, and let us work tirelessly to fulfill them. Together, we can overcome the obstacles that lie in our path and forge a Latin America that is prosperous, united, and at peace.
Your strong belief in the abolition of slavery and racial equality sets you apart as a progressive thinker of your time. However, some have accused you of not doing enough to fully dismantle the systems of oppression and ensure true equality. How do you respond to these criticisms, and what actions did you take to address these pressing social issues?
Indeed, these were core principles that guided my revolutionary endeavors. However, I am aware that some have criticized my efforts, claiming that I did not do enough to dismantle the systems of oppression and achieve true equality for all. To those who voice such concerns, I acknowledge that the struggle for freedom and equality is an arduous one, fraught with challenges and complexities. While I firmly believed in the inherent rights and dignity of every individual, I also understood the harsh realities of the world we lived in during that time. The fight against slavery and the battle for equality were deeply intertwined with the broader struggle for independence from colonial rule. It is essential to contextualize the historical circumstances under which I operated. The liberation of South America from the grip of Spanish colonialism required strategic alliances and support from various factions, including individuals who may have held different views on issues of race and equality. As a leader, I had to navigate these intricate political landscapes while remaining focused on the ultimate goal of securing independence for our nations. Nonetheless, I took concrete actions to address the pressing social issues of the time. For instance, I issued decrees and proclamations aimed at dismantling the institution of slavery. I recognized the inherent contradiction of fighting for freedom while denying it to others based on the color of their skin. My commitment to racial equality was enshrined in legislation, and I advocated for the gradual abolition of slavery, considering the social and economic implications of a sudden and total emancipation. Furthermore, I sought to address the long-lasting effects of slavery and promote social integration. I encouraged the education and empowerment of formerly enslaved individuals, emphasizing the importance of providing opportunities for their advancement within society. I firmly believe that education was a powerful tool for eradicating ignorance and prejudice, fostering a more inclusive and just society. While it is true that the struggle for true equality continued beyond my time, I laid the groundwork for future generations to carry the torch forward. My vision and efforts sparked important conversations about human rights and social justice, leaving an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of Latin America. It is crucial to remember that true social transformation requires not only the actions of a single individual but the continuous dedication and progress of society as a whole. My contributions, though not perfect, served as a catalyst for change, inspiring others to advocate for the rights of all individuals, regardless of their background or ethnicity. We must never lose sight of the ultimate goal, a society where every person is treated with dignity, respect, and equality.
You've become an iconic figure not only in Latin America, but also worldwide. Your legacy continues to inspire generations. Looking back, what advice or message would you impart to present and future leaders who strive to bring about positive change in their societies?
To present and future leaders who aspire to bring about positive change in their societies, I offer you my humble advice and an enduring message of inspiration. First and foremost, never lose sight of the transformative power of a vision. A leader must possess a clear and compelling vision of a better future, a vision that ignites the flame of hope in the hearts of the people. Let this vision be bold, ambitious, and driven by the noblest of ideals. It is through such visionary thinking that we can chart a course towards a brighter tomorrow. However, remember that a vision alone is not enough. It must be accompanied by unwavering determination and relentless action. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead and confront them with courage and resilience. Leadership requires fortitude and the ability to persevere in the face of adversity. Stay true to your convictions and be willing to make sacrifices for the greater good. Furthermore, understand that true leadership is rooted in service. Dedicate yourself selflessly to the welfare of your people. Seek to understand their needs, aspirations, and concerns. Your role is to uplift, empower, and inspire. Lead by example and cultivate a culture of integrity, transparency, and accountability. Remember that leadership is not a position of privilege but a sacred responsibility. Collaboration and inclusivity are also essential aspects of effective leadership. Embrace diversity, listen to differing perspectives, and foster an environment where all voices are heard. Engage in dialogue, bridge divides, and build coalitions. Recognize that unity is a source of strength and that progress is achieved when people come together for a common cause. Above all, never forget the power of education. Invest in the minds and hearts of the next generation. Nurture their intellectual curiosity, critical thinking, and empathy. Education is the key that unlocks the doors of opportunity and dismantles the chains of ignorance. Empower your people with knowledge, for an educated society is a society capable of shaping its own destiny. Lastly, let compassion be your guiding light. Approach leadership with empathy and kindness. Understand the struggles and aspirations of those you lead. Lead not only with your mind but also with your heart. Remember that leadership is not just about achieving objectives but also about improving the lives of the people you serve. As I reflect on my own journey, I am humbled by the enduring impact of our collective efforts. Know that the path of leadership is not without its trials, but it is a path worth pursuing. It is a path that can transform nations, uplift communities, and inspire generations. So, embrace your role as a leader with conviction, humility, and a burning passion for justice and freedom. Let your actions be guided by the timeless principles of liberty, equality, and solidarity. In doing so, you will leave a lasting legacy and be a beacon of hope for all who strive for a better world.
Now, let's shift gears and delve into your personal life. Throughout history, you've been portrayed as a charismatic and larger-than-life figure. But behind the public image, what were your joys and struggles? What motivated you on a personal level? And how did your experiences shape your worldview?
Behind the veil of history, beyond the grandeur of my public endeavors, lie the joys and struggles that shaped my very being. I was driven not only by a burning desire for freedom and justice, but also by deeply personal motivations that guided my path. In the depths of my soul, I carried the weight of witnessing the injustices and suffering inflicted upon my fellow countrymen and women. The anguish of seeing my people oppressed under the yoke of colonial rule ignited an indomitable fire within me. Their cries for liberation echoed in my heart and became the driving force behind my relentless pursuit of independence. Yet, amidst the tumultuous struggle, I also found moments of joy. The camaraderie and unwavering loyalty of my comrades in arms filled me with a sense of purpose and belonging. The bonds forged on the battlefields and in the halls of revolution were pillars of strength that sustained me during the darkest hours. But, as with any journey, there were moments of doubt and personal struggle. The weight of leadership and the immense responsibility it entailed often burdened my spirit. The decisions I made carried the potential to shape the destinies of nations, and the weight of those choices weighed heavily upon me. It was in those moments of reflection and introspection that I sought solace in the unwavering conviction that every sacrifice made was for the greater good. My personal experiences and encounters with the world also played a profound role in shaping my worldview. I had the privilege of witnessing the ideals of liberty and democracy taking root in the United States and Europe, where the winds of change whispered of a brighter future. These encounters deepened my belief in the universal rights of all individuals and the transformative power of freedom. The struggles and triumphs I experienced molded my worldview into one that championed the principles of equality, justice, and unity. I recognized that true independence could only be achieved through the emancipation of all individuals, regardless of their social status, race, or origin. It was through this lens that I fervently fought against the chains of slavery, striving to create a society where every person could flourish and contribute to the collective progress of our nations. In the crucible of my personal life, I discovered the strength that lay within the depths of my being. I learned that true leadership demanded unwavering dedication, resilience, and an unyielding spirit. It required transcending the self and embracing a cause greater than any individual ambition. So, while I may have been a charismatic and larger-than-life figure, it was the deeply personal struggles and profound joys that shaped my journey. My motivations were rooted in the pursuit of freedom, justice, and the inherent dignity of every human being. It was through these experiences that I gained the strength and conviction to stand against oppression, to unite nations, and to forge a path toward a brighter future. May my personal journey serve as an inspiration to those who follow, a reminder that the battles we fight are not only fought on the grand stage of history but within the depths of our own souls. Let the joys and struggles of your own lives shape your path, and may your actions be guided by a passion for justice, a commitment to the common good, and an unwavering belief in the power of humanity to create a better world.
Finally, we've heard many famous quotes attributed to you, words that have resonated with people around the world. Is there one particular quote or saying that you feel encapsulates your philosophy and legacy? And could you share the story or context behind it?
My esteemed friend, you speak of the power of words, of the enduring legacy they carry. Among the many quotes attributed to me, there is one that I believe encapsulates my philosophy and the essence of my lifelong struggle for liberty and justice. It is a simple yet profound declaration that reverberates through the ages: I have plowed the sea. Allow me to share with you the story and significance behind these words. During one of the darkest periods of my campaign for independence, when defeat seemed imminent, I found myself contemplating the turbulent waters of the Caribbean. It was a moment of introspection, a time when doubt and uncertainty threatened to consume my spirit. In that pivotal moment, as I gazed upon the boundless sea, I realized the immense challenges and sacrifices that lay ahead. The struggles we faced in our quest for freedom seemed insurmountable, and the victories we had achieved were but drops in the vast expanse of the ocean. It was then that the phrase, "I have plowed the sea," crystallized in my mind. This powerful statement represents the acknowledgement of the immense difficulties and setbacks encountered throughout our journey. It symbolizes the recognition that the path to freedom and unity is not without obstacles, that the road to justice is often paved with sacrifice and hardship. It signifies the courage to face adversity head-on, even when success seems distant and uncertain. I have plowed the sea is a testament to the indomitable human spirit, the resilience that allows us to persevere in the face of overwhelming odds. It serves as a reminder that true progress, true change, cannot be measured solely by immediate victories but by the unwavering commitment to a noble cause. These words have since resonated with countless individuals across the world, transcending time and borders. They encapsulate the spirit of my philosophy and the legacy I sought to leave behind. They remind us that the struggles we face are not in vain, that every effort made in pursuit of freedom and justice contributes to the collective progress of humanity. In the grand tapestry of history, my words endure as a beacon of hope, inspiring present and future generations to persist in their fight for a better world. I have plowed the sea is a call to action, a call to navigate the vast oceans of challenges with unwavering determination, knowing that even in the face of adversity, our efforts have the power to shape the destiny of nations. May these words ignite the flame of courage within the hearts of those who strive for a brighter future, reminding them that their endeavors, no matter how daunting, are not in vain. Let us continue to plow the metaphorical seas of injustice and inequality, guided by the unwavering belief that every struggle brings us closer to the shores of freedom and unity. I have plowed the sea, my friend, serves as a testament to the enduring human spirit and the indelible power of perseverance in the pursuit of liberty. May it inspire you and countless others to embark on your own noble journeys, forging a world where justice and equality prevail. Venceremos.
Thank you, Liberator, for joining us today and providing us with your unique insights. Your journey and contributions have indeed left an indelible mark on the pages of history. Remember to subscribe to Timeless Talks and join a community of lifelong learners as we uncover the wisdom of the past that can guide us forward.